This is probably the most underrated, underused, easiest mob farm, especially for early game survival. Let me show you what I'm working with here. This is a 5x5 grid of hoppers, and that's what's all gotten into it. Just like the 5 minutes. And that is the actual mob farm. You see they just come down and kersplat. You just set it up and then you go about your business. You're done. It gets everything. Zombies, skeletons, creepers, anything that can spawn, we'll spawn them in there and we'll get flushed out and we'll land here. And all you gotta do is AFK. And you'll get the loot. Great for early game. So, let me show you how to build it. Your chest and do 5 hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 hoppers. And just do 2 on each side going into those. Now our opening is only a 3x3 that they fall through, but I do 5x5 hoppers just to catch the excess. So now we will go up. I'm going to use dirt here because demonstrate that these will be gone. We're going to go up 25. 1, 2. And 25. And from here, like I said, we're going to leave a 3x3 opening. And we have our 3x3 opening. Okay, so it should look something like that. You got a 9 space, and the 10th one is your corner. So I'll fill this in, and alright, this is what you should have. It's a 21 by 21 with a 3x3 hole in the middle. From here, we're going to mark the middle again, and we're going to go up 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be our next level here. And this we're going to go out 8. And we're going to make this a diamond. Okay, so you should have a diamond that looks like that. These are the platforms that the mobs are going to spawn on. And we're going to have dispensers. They're going to go like this. Nope, too close. They're going to face down like that. They're going to have water in them. Above the dispenser, we're going to have a downward facing observer. Okay. Now, at the level of the dispenser, we're going to make another platform, the exact same level as this, or size rather. Okay. Next level is done. I'm going to do a total of 3 levels. And what I would recommend is while you're building this in survival, keep these lit up, torch it up while you're building it. And then we'll go through at the end, and when we put all the water in, we'll run it through a cycle, and that'll just flush all the torches down to the hoppers we have at the bottom. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Okay, so I did 3 tiers. And you can tier this as high as you want to go with it. The more tiers, the more mob spawn, the better it is. But I'm just going to stick with 3 for the sake of the tutorial. This final one will still stack it like we did before. We need an observer, and we need a dispenser, just like that. Now, this is going to be our ceiling. This is going to go all the way to the edge. Okay, just like we did down there, our 21 by 21 platform. So I would recommend that over top of your spawning platform, you keep it too high. You don't want Endermen spawning in here. I mean, it's okay if they do, they're not going to hurt anything, but it will limit your spawns. So keeping it too high will prevent them from being able to spawn in here. But the rest of it, and even over the top of this, we're going to need to put slabs down. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Okay, so now you've got the platform looking like this. We're going to cover the whole thing in slabs all the way to the outside. That's not necessary there. This will keep mobs from spawning on top of it. All right, we got the roof done. I'll show you the mechanism that is going to drive this thing. This is the, I believe they call it the Eco hopper clock. It's pretty simple to build. A couple sticky pistons. And this is actually going to need to be a full block there on either side here, because it's going to have redstone dust on top. Another block on top of the redstone. Right over top of this redstone here, we're going to place two hoppers facing into each other. Like so. A block coming out the back of those, with a comparator out of each of those. Pretty simple. That is it. That is all there is to it. I'm not going to turn it on just yet, because we want to have all of our water in place before we turn it on. I will slab the top of it though, so nothing spawns on top. But that is literally it, and then when we're ready to turn it on, we'll come to this hopper and we'll drop half a stack of dirt. That should be a good timing to cycle everything through. But what we need to do first is we need to go through each level, and in the dispensers we need to add water, and then we need to do the outside here. Let's do the wall first. Coming off the corner, we're going to leave a 4 space gap. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to build up another section here, another floor. Okay, and once you have those done, now we're going to do the wall. All right, now for the bottom level here, we're going to need water in each of these corners, or each of these walls here, right at the center one. Right? You can just place it right here in the corner, but what I like to do is I like to pillar up here to the top and place it right there. And what that'll do is if a spider happens to make its way, it always goes to the corner for some reason, and this will prevent it from getting stuck up here in the corner. It'll flush it down and push it out. So we'll do that around each corner, and all will push in the middle. So now we've got to add our water buckets into the dispensers. Dispensers are loaded. We have water all around the outside, flushing it down. We do have to remove our pillar here. Okay, we are all set. All we got to do is turn on the mechanism, or the timer, hover clock. Again, we go to this one, drop in half a stack of dirt. It's powered. They all activate, they all deactivate. That way when the mobs spawn on these platforms, the system will activate, it will flush them all off, pushing them down, and then allow it to reset, and they can spawn again. Very simple farm, very simple setup. It's scalable too. You could have this going all the way up. It doesn't really matter. And you just come down here. I do recommend lighting it up so mobs and stuff won't be able to spawn here. But you can already tell we've got some drops from it. It is intentionally 25 blocks high from this. Now you could make it higher up in the air. You could put it over water. Putting it over water will obviously enhance your spawn rates because nothing would be able to spawn here. Or you could create an AFK spot. I built one up here. You can't even see it right now because it's that high up. It is 128 blocks from the ground. So if you were AFKing here, it's close enough that the platforms in here will still spawn mobs, but far enough away that the ground cannot spawn mobs. It's too far for the ground. So this would be a great way to AFK if you only wanted the farm to work. However, if you're just going about your survival business and you just wanted something to produce mock ups for you while you're doing whatever you're doing, just hanging around, this is perfect. Now, one thing I did is in one world, I built the box because you gotta have the walls and stuff there. But then around it, I built it looked like a spaceship, a UFO. And instead of beaming stuff up, it was beaming stuff down. Anyway, that is the most underused, underrated mob farm I think I've ever built in my life. Now, I wasn't the one that created this, obviously, but I'm going to show you all how to build it, why I use it. I think it's great. You just go about your business, and this pumps stuff for you. Great early game. Only complicated thing is you got to get some quartz to build the observers. But again, I built 3 levels, so that's 4 observers and 2 comparators. So 1 quick trip to the nether and you've got all you need. That'll conclude this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button for me. That would help me out tremendously. Let me know that you like the content, and I will keep it up. I'll see you next time. Take care.